Hi everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. I hope you are doing great. This is the web development series. In this video, we are going to talk about responsive design in the Tailwind CSS. Now, this is a very important topic because no matter how good your UI looks on desktop, or if it breaks on the mobile, user will leave. So today we will understand what responsive design actually means, how Tailwind handles the responsiveness, and how to use it inside a React project step by step. So don't worry if you are completely new, I will explain everything slowly with the real example and we will write code together. And also PPT link are available in the description so you can follow along. So let's start. Now in this video, this is exactly what we are going to learn. First, responsive design really means what is the responsive design. Then the mobile first approach in the Tailwind CSS. We will understand Tailwind breakpoint, how responsive utility work, and finally we will build the real responsive layout using the React. And by the end of this video, you will able to design the layout that work on the mobile, tablet, and desktop confidently. Now, what is the responsive design? So, responsive design means your website should look good on all screen sizes. That includes the mobile phone, tablet, laptop, desktop screen. Instead of creating different website for mobile and desktop, responsive design allow one website to adjust itself automatically based on the screen weight. So the layout changes like text size change from large 18 pixel to 14 pixel, or spacing changes, flex to grid means change. Everything adapts it automatically. Now traditional CSS versus the Tailwind approach. So in traditional CSS, we use the media queries. We write separate CSS for each screen size, and as the project grow, CSS become hard to manage. But in the Tailwind, it is utility first, and responsive classes are already built in, and we don't manually write media queries. This make our code cleaner, faster, and easier to understand, especially for the beginner. Now, what is the mobile first approach? This is a very important concept. Mobile first means you design for the small screen first. Then you improve the layout for the bigger screens. In Tailwind, default style apply to the mobile, and larger screen override those style. Why is this good? Because most users today browse on the mobile, and it also improve the performance and keep your design logic simple. How mobile first work in the Tailwind? So Tailwind is the mobile first by default, and if you write a class without any breakpoint, that style is for the mobile. Then you use the prefix like SM, MD, or LG for the tablet, laptop, desktop. For example, small text on mobile, bigger text on tablet, even bigger text on the desktop. We'll see this clearly in the code in a moment. Now Tailwind CSS breakpoints. These are the default Tailwind breakpoint. SM for the start from the 640 pixel, MD for 768 pixel, LG for 1024, XL for 1280, and 2XL for 1536. So important thing to remember here is these are the minimum width, not the maximum. So breakpoint meanings like when I say MD text LG, it means apply this style from 768 pixel to the and above. So Tailwind uses the minimum width. So this here 768 is the minimum width, 640 is the minimum width, and Tailwind always use the minimum width, which means style keep applying as the screen get bigger. Next is the responsive utilities. Responsive utilities means the same class behave differently at different screen size. We can control the text sizing, padding, margin, width, height, flex, direction, grid, columns, and even visibility. So all of this happen directly inside class name. So responsive layout conceptually think like this on mobile: column layout, so small text. On tablet, two column comes of a means if you see let's say you have a website and you are showing up some cards. In the mobile screen you have only one option to means column layout one by one, and in on desktop like on a 13 to 14 inches screen of a laptop you will see the two columns using the grid but enlarged text, but on the desktop you use the three column layout uh, upgraded than means above than 16 inches screens. So all achieve using the breakpoint prefixes. Now let's actually build this in the React and see. So this is a basic React app I install, and Tailwind is also installed in this React project. Now inside this, let add a basic component this in this app.jsx file. Let's write here. Let me write here h1 tag for the Tailwind design. That's it. So this is a basic normal text, and let me write here class name bg black, and here padding is 4 and minimum height is the screen, means the screen is 100 vh. And also inside this h1 write class name right. Okay, now text excel, text white, it comes perfect, and font bold, text center. So all these things work here. So right now this text size is for the mobile by default. Like here if you see, this is the mobile means a normal mobile phone display is like this, and this is for the mobile for phone. Like here when I write here md, text size is the 2xl. So nothing changed here. If you see the Tailwind design, nothing changes. When I increase the size of this browser, so increase, see, this is the point. It's small, increase 2xl, 4xl, to small xl and 2xl. So this is a change here. And also we can write here, let's say lg is the 5xl, so you can all clear more. This is the 2xl. Let me make see, this is the 5xl. As the size increase 760 means the at particular pixel, so the size is increasing. So this is the change here. You can also write here the let's say the background color. Let me write here the background gray 400 on large screen. So let me make it see, the background here is the large on the grayish color. So on mobile text is small, on tablet it becomes bigger, on desktop it becomes even bigger. So this is the mobile first in the action. Now responsive flex layout is like air, I already show you. Now let me show you one more thing. I have div here, and inside this I just write here card1. So let me copy this 1 2 3 4 2 3 and 4 and make it in a single div. So okay, I have to write here text white, class name text. Okay, this is here. Perfect. Now let me write here flex and flex call for the means it comes in the role. So let make it right. Yes. Let me select 14 Pro Max. So now you can easily see this. So when I write here flex, the all this come into the flex means in a single row. Now let's write here flex call. It comes into the column. On medium script, it again go to the flex row. And gap here is the 4, margin let's say 8 pixel. So let me increase the size of here. Let's say Galaxy Z4, it was already small. iPad mini. So now see 768 pixel, it becomes to the row, and on 14 Pro Max it is the 43 pixel, so it comes into the columns. So on mobile, cards stack vertically from MD screen and above they come side by side. So this is extremely useful for the layout like navbar, cards and hero section, and same for the grid. Let me write here one more time this. Now this time I write here box 1, and so instead of flex, let's write here the grid. This is grid, and grid calls 1 means single column. Oh, not crawl. This is grid. It's called 1, and on MD the grid calls 2, and on LG screen means larger screen, then grid calls 3, and also increase the gap by 4, and margin is the 8 pixel. Yes. So now let's this is a normal iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now let me increase by the iPad mini. Now this come to the 2 columns. When I increase more, let me make it responsive. So if you see, when the size is become the greater than the one the larger screen, it becomes the 3 columns, and as I am shrinking the size, so size is shrinking, so it becomes 2 column, and for smaller screen it comes to the 1 column. So this is how a responsive grid design layout works. 1 column on mobile screen, 2 on the tablet, 3 on the desktop. Perfect for the product card on an e-commerce website or the dashboard. Now responsive visibility, like you can also hide something, or this, like here I write a text here, and on this class name add, this is hidden by default, and on medium screen it comes to the block. So margin is 8, text center and text 3XL. So now on the 14 Pro Max, this text is hidden. On iPad mini, this text is come. So this text is hidden on mobile screen but visible on the bigger screen. Very useful for the sidebar or extra content. Now let's see, we cover the flexbox. Mobile is column, desktop for the row, grid mobile for 1 column, tablet 2 columns, on desktop 3 or 4 columns. Responsive visibility. Now let's see some best practices. Always design mobile first approach and test on different screen sizes. Don't overuse the breakpoint and use the Tailwind default before customizing. Now today we learn what responsive design means, how mobile first approach works, Tailwind breakpoint, responsive utility, and real React example. So that is for this video. If responsive design felt confusing before, I hope this video made it clear and practical. Make sure to practice this by building small layouts on your own. That's how this will really stick. PPT and code links are available in the description. If you found this helpful, like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to JDCode. I will see you in the next video.